We are at the beginning of the Xbox domination generation. We're at the beginning of a decade of domination by Xbox, and it's because Xbox has completely shifted the game. They've shifted the rules. They've changed it for everybody. Microsoft, with the Activision Blizzard deal, just became the Godfather of gaming. The Godfather of gaming. Nothing happens without them now. I mean, that's just the reality. And what's really interesting is an interview that the Microsoft CEO, Satya Nadella, did with Business Insider, where he shares why Microsoft, number one, why Microsoft went all in with Activision Blizzard, and number two, how they view gaming over at Xbox. And hint, they view it as the future medium of entertainment. And I think they're 1,000% correct. I really do. I think we already know gaming is bigger than music, movies, and television combined. Like, it's the number one form of entertainment. Why would that not increase going forward? Which is why Microsoft is all in on gaming. And the Microsoft or the Activision Blizzard acquisition is just proof of that. So let's go through and read his quote. This is an article over at purexbox.com, everybody. Highly recommend them. Love them. It's where I go for my daily Xbox news. purexbox.com. Go check them out. And here's what he had to say. Now, this is with Business Insider. He responded. So speaking of Business Insider, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella was asked about the importance of its Activision Blizzard acquisition. Nadella responded by talking about gaming's role in modern society and how he was looking forward to bringing more games to market. Here's what he said, quote, "If I look at it, the amount of time people allocate to gaming is going up, and Gen Z is only going to do more of that. The way games are made, the way the games are delivered is changing radically." Amen. That's the key. We're at this transitionary period, guys, in everything. This transitionary period in gaming also. And he recognizes that. And Microsoft, I think, is leading that. You have to recognize it in order to lead. They're leading in it. Anyways, he continues. So where the way games are delivered, the way they're made is changing radically, whether it's mobile or consoles or PC or even the cloud. So we're looking forward to really doubling down both as a game producer and a publisher. Now we'll be one of the largest game publishers and also as a company that's building platforms for it. That's everything. He just told us why 1,000% Microsoft is doing the things that they're doing. They view it as a giant moneymaker. They view it as the central medium of entertainment going forward. And he's not wrong. Gaming already is huge, and gaming's only going to become more huge in the future. If you're not in the gaming space, you're not in the entertainment space. It's where future entertainment... I've said this before too. I'm just repeating everything I've said before in this video. But Red Dead Redemption is one of my favorite games of all time. And I love Westerns. I love Western movies. Why watch a Western movie when I could be in a Western movie? Why watch a cowboy when I could be a cowboy? That's what gaming is. Gaming takes that immersion of storytelling to the next level. And where we're at with VR going forward, with AR going forward, with the way that technology and the cloud and phones and mobility is going with gaming, it's only going to increase that tenfold. And I'm here for it. So I think his vision is correct. I think the Gen Z factor here kids, look at me. I am at the tail end of a millennial. And I grew up playing video games. Imagine my kids. Imagine a kid today. Imagine Gen Z coming up. All they've known is games. All they've known is cell phones. All they've known is mobile gaming. So for us right now, you can think to yourself like, oh yeah, not having a PC or a console to game, like that you can't even think of that. It's no different for a kid who's always grown up on a touchscreen cell phone. That's how they do everything. That's how all their entertainment is, on iPads, on phones. It only makes sense that gaming is going to be done more and more that way. Ultimately, Gen Z, it's going to be a cultural invasion when it comes to gaming. And I think he's right, looking to the future. That's why Game Pass makes sense. You can put Game Pass everywhere. You're not tied to hardware. And it's why they're leading there. Speaking of Game Pass, this is the power move. This is the Game Pass power move. Adding Activision Blizzards makes Game Pass the Netflix of gaming. It's not the only thing that makes it, because you have Bethesda, you have their previous titles, right? But if it was a bargain before, if it was the best deal in gaming before, it certainly is now with the Activision Blizzard title. Absolutely huge. Not to mention the future pipeline of titles that are coming to Activision Blizzard. We're not just talking about one or two games. I mean, we're talking about an entire library. In fact, that's some of the disappointment that we're not getting those until 2024. But once those start cranking out, oh my goodness, look out. They're one of the biggest publishers now. That's absolutely huge. Again, I think you're seeing this is the vision. I think Microsoft's correct. It's bigger than gaming. It's bigger than a console war. And because of that, they changed the game. They said, okay, PlayStation, you won the console war. Good. They're not having, it's no console. There is no console war battle. There is who owns the eyeball battle. There is the subscription gaming battle. That's the next step. And I think we're going to see a lot of new players jump into the space. I mean, Apple jumped into this space with their subscription gaming model. Granted, that is very much different. You've seen Amazon. I think Amazon's going to jump into this space even more so in gaming, and I think has the potential to be a big-time player. Steam has been there for a while. It's not going to be your traditional. We're about to see a huge shakeup. If you don't keep up with the transition, we're in a transitionary state. You could go away. You could go the way of Dreamcast. Whoever that is. I'm not naming anybody specifically. I'm just saying everybody, that's how big this transitionary period is in my mind. So the long-term vision for Xbox, I think, is the proof is in the pudding in this statement here. It's not just about the next game. It's not just about the next couple AAA games. It's about shaping the industry for the next decade, the next 2 decades. It's about changing it all. Now, there are risks. This isn't foolproof, obviously. What are the risks here? I mean, the risks are that it's not as transitionary as we think, that I'm overstating the case, that Microsoft may be overplaying their hand a bit, that actually Sony's correct, for instance, and the traditional console war is bigger than we thought and is here to stay for forever. That's the risk. You could be wrong. And they're all in on this, and if it doesn't pan out, then Xbox could go the way of Dreamcast. They might be the ones that do that. I don't think, my personal take, I don't think that's the case. I think they're absolutely correct. I think we're seeing it. I think being all in on Activision Blizzard, being all in on gaming, being all in with these acquisitions and becoming a top publisher to put together in your subscription place to become the Netflix of gaming, I think that's the correct move. There's, but again, I could be wrong. I would love to know what you guys think. What do you think about this statement from the CEO of Microsoft? Is he correct? Do you think that the long-term vision will pay off here? Do you think that Microsoft is wildly incorrect? Where are they making mistakes? Where are they getting it right? Let me know in the comments below if you like this video, if you like all of these types of videos. If you're an Xbox fanboy like myself, this is the channel for you. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to this channel. My name is X1 the Gamer. We drop videos like this every single day, and we'll see you guys next time.